Public? All right, we'll open it to public comment. Oh, everyone's on 5 minutes now. Oh, you want to? Mr. Comparato would like to speak for Compson. We'll give you 5 minutes, sure.
We are the local people.
Name and address, please, Rob.
Bob Comparato, 500 South Ocean Boulevard, Boca Raton. My entire family has lived here since 1972. My entire family lives in Boca Raton. I object to this whole process tonight. We got notification at 12:45 this afternoon. Our attorney presenters were not available. I think that there should be much better public notice for a hearing of this stature. The Torah Academy was unable to bring anybody here. It's a great institution. Our workforce housing component is unique. Our ALF would service the people of Boca and Palm Beach County. And we did not have time to consider this whole process. So we request that you postpone it till the next meeting. And I don't know what the city attorney would opine about the appropriateness of even addressing it tonight, 4 hours or 5 hours before a vote of a very important project. We think our project has a lot of positive components and great social responsibility. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Comparato. We appreciate your comments. Mr. Snowden, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor and council members.
Name and address, please.
My name's Larry Snowden. I live at 3160 Northwest 60th Street, and I'm speaking tonight strictly as a citizen. I have no dog in this fight. I have no connection or relationship with any of the three bidders. But what I've seen, I have a sensitivity to, is the vulnerability or the possible vulnerability that we have to environmental impact measures. And it sounded to me like there was the possibility of we, the city, being sucked into environmental impact struggles and problems. And that brings back memories to me of Mecca Farms when the county was working with property for Scripps. And I just encourage you, whatever you do, to try your best to keep our city out of that vulnerability. I would love to see our city take, as a taxpayer in our city, I'd love to see our city take on $73 million more into our treasury. But please be careful so we don't end up spending time in a long-term battle. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Snowden. We appreciate your comments. Welcome.
Hey, good evening. I'm from 290 West Palmetto. My name is Jack Johnson, and I find these places to be a sore eye, a cookie cutter type of facility. They're all redundant. It's like homozygous in there. It's all the same. And their planning and zoning studies don't account for the saturation on 95. I mean, you can't leave Boca at 12 in the afternoon without being bombarded with traffic coming from Broward backing up. And the traffic is horrendous by FAU. All that construction, since before they built all those additional buildings, they should have done the construction first. But also, like the gentleman just said, there wasn't a notice for this event. Before accepting any application, like Monroe County, they decided, before we accept the application and take the money, maybe we should include the citizens to vocalize their opinion if they want this. This place is just going to add more cars, more people, more traffic, and I believe it's in the county. And the residents of Ocean Breeze that live around there, we don't need any more. That Royal Poinciana place and all those other developments in that area have just destroyed, in a way, tainted the area and turned it off to people. Plus, there's a lot of aggravation on the roads and residents amongst themselves. You just don't have that peace of mind. It's almost like this is like New York City or a giant metropolitan from here to Miami. I don't know if it was intended. And none of this, I think the one gentleman stated that they don't know what the cost of the cleanup is. That has the county to come in. I feel that should have been, some estimate should have been displayed for the public to make the decision. And the council and planning and zoning should vote no. Because Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade, your planning and zoning things don't work. The traffic is horrible. It's a disgrace. With not building it, it doesn't cost me anything. It hasn't cost me now anymore in my taxes. So it should be left nothing or turned into a nature preserve that can remove these contaminants. And if a golf course is that contaminated, wow, the city must have a liability on its hands that is huge with all these golf courses here. And I'm drinking the water and bathing in the water and eating with the water. I'm also concerned with the quality of water, especially that the Turkey Point nuclear power plant is leaking radiation into the Biscayne aquifer where the city of Boca gets its water. I'm very concerned because the state doesn't have anything to say to filter that out, and they want to expand on it. I have no clue where all these elected officials are going, but ain't nobody doing their job. And I don't know where these people expect to get water, because we have all this saltwater intrusion going on. I don't know where they expect to get water. I don't know where they expect to get electricity. I haven't heard on anything of these. All these companies out in California on the West Coast, they got to put solar panels. They got to collect rainwater. They just can't build. Like, oh, we're from the 19th century. We're just going to build whatever we want and just use Chinese drywall. And we'll use the city council to tell the building codes, or the county people tell the building code people, nah, don't really do your job. Just turn your head and leave the burden on the residents. And where are they going to get all this extra police? I'm not paying for it. Don't ask me to pay for it. So this should have come. This should be out in the meeting. It should be very transparent. How much electricity is going to cost? How much water? Oh, and their landscaping. I don't want their ornamentals. If you do allow it to build, or the county, I'll have to direct it to them. I don't want their ornamentals. It should be all native plant species. And by the way, I got to know how much the city spends on Roundup, on glyphosate. That stuff is poisonous. It's in our drinking water. It doesn't. It evaporates and rains down. I've seen some of the price purchases that you guys are buying of it. It's in the metric ton. You're just dumping all. Oh, here, let me make the sidewalk pretty. We'll spray this Roundup. You know, there's a definitely chemical. I'm being attacked. All the residents of the city are being attacked by chemical poisons caused by the city's own, our taxpayer money, and it's just coming back on us.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I'm sorry, but your time is up. Thank you very much. Mr. Schiller, welcome.
Excuse me, Mayor, but I don't mean to breach decorum. You said that each... please, if you would.
No, this is 5-minute public comment, so...
Mr. Schiller is the attorney for GL. You said specifically, you said, we will go in the order of...
You're not on the microphone, Mr. Kirshner.
May I go on the microphone, please?
Here you go.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Neil. Mitch Kirshner, Gray Robinson, 225...
You can have
Northeast
5 minutes also.
I don't want 5 minutes. What you did was you said, and I thought it was fine, 10 minutes per. Okay. The president and vice president of GL got up. We went in the order that you said. This isn't, well, this is improper. You said it, you did it, he's going to speak, and then I'm going to speak, and we're going to be here all night. He had his opportunity. It's not fair to say they're going second, and then he can do an end around and bad cleanup. Either you're going to stay by the rules or not, or we'll be here all night. So I'm going to suggest, with all due respect and honor to you, they had their time. Unless he's a resident of Boca Raton, which even then I don't think he'll do it, he's the attorney for GL Homes. They had their time, and I'm really going to object if he gets to now hear what we say and go again. It's the luck of the draw.
Well, with all due respect, Madam Mayor, I'm responding to some substantive misinformation alternative facts that you were given tonight by Mr. Kirschner. I don't want to get into a tit for tat because we could be here
we don't
all
want to
night.
this is, again, getting out of hand
No,
here.
agreed. I just want to refer the council to several different points in the Lennar contract where they say that we provided you misinformation, and I really actually think they were the ones that provided the misinformation.
All right,
And
well,
these,
that's going to be up to this council, and
Okay.
we'll speak to our staff on it, but we appreciate you bringing that forward.
Hey,
We understand that there's some contentious, or some contingencies on both sides that nobody wants to talk about, so, all right.
thank you.
Sir, please come.
Good evening. Chaim Glazer, 7167 San Sebastian Drive, Boca Raton. I think Mr. Kirshner said, and Mr. Siemens mentioned also, that really we have 3 offers before the City Council. At the end of the day, the 3 offers will be very similar, but there'll be one major difference between the offers. And of course, it's the fact that the Compson offer has pledged, a charitable donation of 26 acres to Torah Academy Boca Raton. As you know, Torah Academy services over 350 local children, and please God, next year maybe even a few more. And this is a institution that's been serving Boca Raton for over 18 years, educating students at no cost to the city, the county, and funded by the parents. And the fact that this donation of 26 acres will allow Torah Academy to expand and service even more children and be able to develop and grow is something which is a civil component, which the Compson offer has that the GL and the Lennar offers do not have at this time. So I would urge the city, as well as looking at the price tag, which at the end of the day we're told the three offers will be pretty much the same, and I'm sure whatever conditions the city would want to set, I'm sure that the market will determine the price. But this charitable donation of 26 acres to our school is something which I think is worthy of your consideration and definitely to take into account in your decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your comments. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Terry Maru, 444 West Palmetto Park Road, and this is my first council meeting, and it is great to see all of you in action. And it's really interesting because I was very involved when I lived in Fort Lauderdale in the council, and I'm a philanthropy consultant, so I spent a lot of time dealing with conservation easements and things like that. And I trust your brilliant staff sitting in the back of the room, and I trust all of you to make wise decisions and to challenge the other two. If there is charitable opportunities for the other two, to give them that leeway to be able to come up with something comparable to what the third party would involve. And as far as some of the other comments that have been here tonight, you guys are amazing. So I trust you, and I trust your competent staff, and I thank you for all the service that you do for our community.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate your comments. Welcome.
Doug Collar, 5701 Northwest 2nd Avenue. Madam Mayor and council members, thank you for allowing us to speak tonight. Just wanted to say that even though the issues between the purchase of the Ocean Breeze Golf Course and the course out west are separate issues, I think that in the reality of it, it's hard to say that the negotiations on one cannot necessarily be totally separated and will not affect some of the issues in the two of them. And the timing of considering the sale of the West Course tonight, concerned that it's going to affect the efforts that the city has put into working on the Ocean Breeze issue. And I would respectfully ask that you would not proceed with any of the offers tonight and continue this issue for a later date. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collar. We appreciate your comments. Is there anyone else present who would like to come forward and address the City Council on this matter? Seeing no one come forward, we will close the public comment portion.